Elon Musk and SpaceX are building the world's largest rocket in Boca Chica, Texas. And just recently, the head of NASA had some concerns about the production of Starship. And there are a few reasons that Elon Musk could be giving the wrong signals to the NASA administrator. There's a tweet from Eric Berger recently that says, after the briefing, Administrator Bill Nelson told me that he spoke with SpaceX's Gwynne Shotwell last weekend. He asked if Twitter and Musk was going to be a distraction to SpaceX in its commitments to NASA. She said to me in no uncertain terms, I assure you it is not. And these kind of communications are very important for NASA and also for SpaceX because they've been working together for over a decade with the Falcon 9 program and also taking people to and from the International Space Station and also with the Department of Defense. Now, just about a month ago, Elon and SpaceX put Gwynne Shotwell, who's the COO and president of SpaceX, and the vice president, Mark Giancoso, in charge of the facility and end-to-end operations at Starbase. Now, this is important because SpaceX and Starship will be sending people to the moon with the HLS mission. This is the third mission for the Artemis missions, the Artemis 3 mission. And SpaceX can't have any roadblocks or speed bumps along the way to postpone this mission. This is a huge mission for NASA. It's also a huge mission for SpaceX because these will be the first people that land on the moon since the Apollo program. And there's so much chaos with Elon right now on Twitter. Bill Nelson just wanted to clarify that everything is going to be okay with SpaceX. Gwynne verified that, said, okay, we're in charge here. We know how we do these operations. Everything's all good. Let's continue to build Starship. Let's continue to send people to the International Space Station. And let's continue to do other operations for NASA, like send satellites into orbit, and also continue doing things that SpaceX does great, like land rockets. At Starbase, Texas, right now, Ship 24 and Booster 7 are being prepared for orbital flight later this year or earlier next year in January. After a successful 11 Raptor fire down at Starbase, SpaceX took the precautions of fixing up the orbital launch mount, and also underneath the pad, they had to fix the concrete as well. So let's get into a little bit more about SpaceX because this is an important mission that they're on for this HLS mission. And all of this ties together. This is the long game here. This isn't just a day-by-day thing. This is like years and decades into the future where SpaceX will be dominating the spaceflight industry. There's a tweet by Harry Stebbings, at Harry Stebbings on Twitter. Fascinating, just seeing the most in-demand companies buyers are looking for secondaries. And this goes back to what we were talking about before, the commitment from SpaceX and NASA. So the secondaries are people want to buy stocks at SpaceX, right? They want the money to go directly towards the facilities and the end-to-end production for SpaceX. So the secondaries, SpaceX, Stripe, Anduril, Epic Games, and Flexport. What would you have as your top 5? Elon Musk answered and said, don't want to jinx it, but SpaceX is positioned to grow strongly no matter what macroeconomic conditions are like. So this backs up what Elon was saying about, nothing's off the table here with Starlink. And I want to show you this next part of the tweet. Main reason is the Starlink value proposition is better internet for less money for most people in low population density areas, which is compelling no matter how the economy is doing. So no matter what is going on with the economy, Elon says that Twitter and everything else that he's doing over there won't affect operations of SpaceX because they're going to have the money rolling in with Starlink. So this is an important thing for the future of SpaceX. And you know what else is important? You clicking the like button and the subscribe button, because if you subscribe to the channel, YouTube will see that you like spaceflight, you like SpaceX, and you like Elon Musk and NASA, and they're going to show you more of that kind of content, more spaceflight content, because you like that stuff, right? So hit the like and subscribe button. It's not just going to be from me, though. It's going to be from all the other creators out there that make really cool stuff. So click it, both of them, like and subscribe. YouTube will show you the goods. SpaceX tender offer is said to value the company at $140 billion. So the first line is the most important, though. Elon Musk's SpaceX is offering to sell insider shares at a price that would raise the closely held company's valuation to about $140 billion, according to people familiar with the matter. SpaceX, as the company formerly called, is offering shares for $77 a piece, which isn't that bad considering what a cool company SpaceX is, what a huge company SpaceX will become, and also the future missions of SpaceX, sending people to Mars, sending people to the moon. That's a really important job, and they need this money to continue the process of building the HLS Starship and also the Mars-bound Starship. So if you want to invest in SpaceX, they used to have a $127 billion valuation in July, and then it goes up a little bit to $140 billion. So this is an important line too. A representative for SpaceX, the most valuable private company in the US, didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. So this is all about the money, right? SpaceX needs to raise this money. They need to get to the HLS program. They need to build this Starship. They need the money to continue operations because the production of Starship, though it's relatively inexpensive compared to the other players in the market, the Boeings, etc., ULA, it takes a lot of money for research and development. Every one of these Raptor engines that needs to be produced, they have to make the money somehow. And right now, they don't have the Starlink money coming in as much as they would want to. But apparently, Ship 25 has the Pez dispenser on the front of it that will be able to shoot out Starlink satellites. So possibly when Ship 25 launches next year, we will see some Starlink satellites launching from a Starship for the first time, which will be absolutely amazing. And right now, Ship 24 and Booster 7 are being prepared at Starbase, but also Booster 9 and Ship 25 are in the process of being fitted for the flight next year. So if Booster 7 and Ship 24 don't go as planned, almost immediately they can turn around the next full stacked Starship and get it ready for an orbital flight. Now, SpaceX also has to wait for the FAA, but SpaceX has been working with the FAA for over a decade, and the FAA is very in tune with what SpaceX is doing down there in Boca Chica. So we could see Starship launch either later in December. There are some upcoming road closures, and these road closures are for later this week. Check this out. Thursday, December 15th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, so they have a full day, full 12 hours of road closure, so they could do anything. They can move ship out of the launch area, or they can move the booster back to the launch area and get it fitted and get it ready, get it back up on the orbital launch mount, get it ready for more testing. And then possibly they could run some initial tests on the booster before they go into full testing mode between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Friday. And these are possible closures, okay? So usually it takes a few hours for them to get set up and then an hour or two for them to do the test. So about 4 to 6-ish hours for the whole process to happen. So between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., it looks like they're going to be pushing for a test on Friday. And on Monday, December 19th, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So once this December 16th test is done on Friday, the possibility of a long duration or a longer duration test of Booster 7 could happen December 19th on Monday between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. because they need the whole day to get those things done. Hey, thanks for watching the show. I really do appreciate it. If you could give me a like and a sub, that would be awesome because, of course, like I said before, they will start showing you more NASA and spaceflight videos that you actually really love. And I know you really love this one. So if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button up there. My eyes were just crazy. I just went nuts. And then over there should be a link to some sort of playlist. I'm not sure which one I'm going to put up there, but probably a Starship playlist or maybe the SLS or the Artemis playlist. Let's it's just it's like a lottery. We'll figure it out. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.